As the Democratic National Convention kicks off here in Chicago, Arizona Democrats are uniting behind Kamala Harris. But as the years went on, the family sold their land, and housing and commercial property took their place. And we've seen a lot of interest in groups like reproductive freedom at the convention because many say this fight is personal. The Biden administration announcing today a new action that will protect over 500,000 immigrant families that face the threat of deportation. The Singletons provide groceries, household items, and even some financial assistance because for some single parents, their support system can't handle something as daunting as cancer. One telltale sign a cat has been through TNR, take a look at their ears. If the tip of one ear has been cut off or tipped, that means it has been altered.
We're live here on the DNC floor where Kamala Harris has accepted the Democratic presidential nomination.
The Biden-Harris campaign making a full court press on what it sees as the loss of reproductive freedom to place blame on former President Donald Trump. This debt relief under SAVE was originally scheduled for July, but the program started early, starting this month. In Phoenix, Lauren Bly, Cronkite News. But what wasn't on the agenda was for this week to turn into a test of President Biden's health and cognitive endurance as he hosts this year's summit. The U.S. Justice Department announcing the Arizona Department of Corrections has agreed to adopt system-wide reforms to correct and prevent discrimination against incarcerated people with vision disabilities. The ceasefire protest is not new. Just last week, over 101,000 Michigan residents casted uncommitted ballots in the presidential preference election. The Singletons started as a way to honor a single mom who lost her battle to cancer. Now it's an organization lifting an entire community of single parents who are facing, in some cases, the toughest battle of their lives. Marlea Nigro and her daughter Marissa don't take making a wish on a dandelion for granted. In 2019, Marlea was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer.
It was really scary having to know that my mom had cancer, and I was really worried about her dying and stuff.
Aww.
There would be rounds of chemo ahead, coupled with sleepless nights and not being able to get out of bed.
So I wasn't as I was called at one point an Energizer bunny because I was like, but now I had to slow down, and it was very frustrating to say that.
Only a year before, Marissa's father, her partner in parenting, passed away. It was just her and Marissa.
Gosh, now me?
During treatment, she found out about the Singletons, a nonprofit devoted to helping single parents with cancer.
The population we serve is not just underserved, they are under-recognized. People have not recognized that this population exists at the level that it does.
I'm a parent with cancer and children.
Herminia King found the Singletons at just the right time in her life. Now she didn't have to worry about small things, like putting dinner on the table.
So much easier for me for the days that I just wasn't able to get up and get moving. I didn't want to. I just didn't have the energy.
The Singletons provide groceries, household items, and even some financial assistance because for some single parents, their support system can't handle something as daunting as cancer. The organization occupies a small office space with shelves of food, gift baskets, and even a pool table. But it's the things you can't see that really makes a difference to their participants. For Nigro, it was the sense that she wasn't alone.
Having family, having someone I can go to, having someone that cares.
Now Nigro is in remission and worrying about more mundane things these days. And her focus is on her future.
The bed.
With her daughter. Participants receive services free of charge, and applications to join the community are on their website. In the newsroom, Lauren Bly, Cronkite News. More than a month after President Biden ended his re-election campaign, the delegates in Chicago aren't looking back.
There was not a lot of invigoration. There were people that respected President Biden, but they weren't excited to go out and knock doors and get him elected.
But Hayburn says there's been a complete 180 shift in mood among Democratic voters.
People are very not just invigorated, but downright excited and just delighted to be engaged and to go hit those doors and make those phone calls and do all the work of actually getting her elected.
One indication of the enthusiastic energy were people pulling out their wallets at the merch stands.
It's going to be a wild 4 days, but we're looking forward to it.
And one thing delegates think will resonate with voters in Arizona is Harris's own American Dream story.
If one thing Arizonans know and Americans know is that we like that American story. We like that American dream. And this land was made for you and me. And the fact that Kamala Harris can speak to that from personal experience, but also from her lived experience, but also from her leadership experience, I think that's going to sell in Arizona.
And while there's a lot of enthusiasm for the top ticket races, Arizona State Senator from Tucson, Priya Sindaration, says that enthusiasm needs to translate to the state level.
Make sure you know you're continuing to vote down ballot, vote for your state legislators as well, because it's really important to make sure that not only do we have Kamala Harris and Tim Walz at the top of the ticket, super exciting, but because of the recent years of Supreme Court decisions, so much decision-making authority and power now rests in the states.
Some of the topics that Arizona delegates want to hear about are reproductive rights, public education, water, and immigration. In Chicago, Lauren Bly, Cronkite News. This is just another night for Jennifer Nitrio, who drives around the Phoenix area tending to feral cat colonies. Nitrio has been filling food dishes for 25 years.
I've always had this thing that attracted cats to me, and I definitely started doing this a lot younger than most people. A lot of people are already retired or kind of in a different place in their life, so I'm an atypical demographic to have started this in college and then kept up with it for all these years.
And the need is enormous. According to Nitrio, in Phoenix, approximately a couple 100,000 cats are roaming free on the streets.
Huge, what a lot of people would call a problem. We don't really view it as a problem. We view this as something that has happened because of the behavior of humans.
And while Nitrio loves what she does, she'd be happier if there were fewer cats. That's why her organization, Kind to Nature, and others help beyond just food and water. They trap feral cats, get them spayed or neutered, and then release them back into their wild homes, an act called Trap, Neuter, Return, or TNR.
Allowing us to stabilize a population, to have a healthier population in a specific area.
Cats aren't regulated and licensed like dogs, so Maricopa County says they can't pick up stray cats and take them to shelters. That's where the armies of volunteers from dozens of organizations step in, like Anna Zendrakova with Saving One Life.
I don't want to see a bunch of animals suffering outside, and I think Trap, Neuter, Return combined with proper colony management is essentially the most humane and logical solution.
Boys, hi Meepers, here, come on, have some. There you go.
Even cities are getting into the wild cat care business. The city of Tempe published a plan to TNR 900 to 1,000 cats between February 2023 and June 2023. And Nitrio says that goal has more than likely been reached.
Have to be well above that, actually. So it's a very successful program. We're really hoping to see other cities follow suit.
Although Nitrio doesn't get any monetary benefit from doing this, she is paid in a different currency.
It bankrupts me. It's definitely rewarding to see all their happy little faces, and you know that you're doing something good for animals that can't advocate for themselves.
So she keeps showing up.
Every colony I have lines up and waits for me.
Knowing the need isn't going away.
To think that they have some kind of level of gratitude, that they know that they're loved and cared for.